This is a Caro-Kann game played with Nf3 version, which is becoming little popular nowadays. Played by Bill Wall as black and won by Bill Wall. We'll have black at our side. So Caro-Kann e4 c6. Then white plays knight to f3, and obviously black plays d5. So e cross d5, c cross d5, then d4, obstructing the pawn, knight f6, c4, knight to c6, knight to c3. So attacking this pawn, two attacks are there with the c4 pawn and knight. We have two defenders, this knight on f6 and queen. So bishop to f6, bishop to g5, quite common moves. Then he played queen to b6, which is a bad move. But anyway, black has won. Queen to b6. So computer suggests that either you play knight here to e4 or push this pawn up to e6, so that you make a way for this black square bishop. That would have been a better development. But this is played mostly to threaten this b2 pawn, which is called poison pawn. So most of the people are playing this queen to b6 in Caro-Kann. Now bishop cross, bishop cross f6 he played. So instead pawn cross, this thing was good, c cross d5. So he plays, captures the knight. Bad move actually, because then he plays queen cross h2. Now he could have taken this pawn also. Now here the question comes whether to take the pawn with e7 pawn or g7 pawn. So many even grandmasters have explained that g7 is with g7 pawn is better. So computer suggests that also, capture by g7 pawn. So remember that if such situation comes, capture with the g7 pawn. So queen cross h2, and of course threatening this knight, so he can take the knight now. That is why he's played that move. But knight goes to d5, supporting the bishop. Now g cross f6. Okay, he is captured with g7. Knight to e3. Instead he could have taken the queen here to c1 and possibly exchange the queens. So knight to e3, queen to c1 and check. This knight goes in between, knight to d2. So knight cross d4, captures the pawn. Then he captures knight cross f5. Now instead rook to, you should remove the threats first. Instead rook to c1 was a better move. Okay, we captured this knight. Bad move. So knight to c2 and check. King moves to e2. Then this will long castles. Now he plays rook to c1. which is again considered bad move. Either you move the queen to c1 or you move the knight to e4, threatening the queen. Rook to c1, and now mate in 1. Queen to d3 and checkmate. Checkmate. Just 14 moves. If we see the material, black has lost a knight and white has lost a pawn. So thank you for watching and keep watching.